on to you, Scorpio? So you have the Empress, the Justice, and the Three of Cups. So these three cards right here are all about how you Scorpios ultimately, you are very much so aware of the things that you want and the qualities in the person that you do not want. And all of that hanging out and people trying to get you to pay for stuff, and they claim like they are on a date with you, but then you feel like you're actually alone with them, even though, you know, more than you would actually be by yourself. All of that stuff is done. I see a lot of you Scorpios on some justice stuff. A lot of you are very much so able to understand what's going on around you. And you realize that a lot of people are out here trying to get people to subsidize stuff and pay for stuff. The Nine of Cups and the Ten of Swords represents the hubris is crazy. And what I mean when I say the hubris is out of control, I mean from a level of hubris, the idea that people expect you Scorpios to pay for stuff and be their Lord and Savior and trick off and do things for them. All of that type of stuff is done. And the Knight of Cups and the Ten of Wands are all about how you will very much so give your attention to someone that deserves it, but only if they can actually contribute to you. And when I say contribute, I'm not talking about combativeness, right? They have to show you that they have the most attitude. That's not what's going to make it happen. The Three of Wands represents, because the situation for you is you are very much so, you will walk away from anyone that tries to style and profile on you if they decide to pull it. Okay, so the Hanged Man now and the Ten of Pentacles are all about how you're in a situation where, but in order for you to get to this relationship in the first place, you Scorpios have to be very patient, right? I know a lot of y'all don't want to necessarily hear about this, but you have to be patient. You have to utilize patience, because whatever it is that you don't, you Scorpios will find yourself being in a very stupid situation, because people will try to take advantage of you, you know? So let's clarify the Hanged Man. Let's clarify the Hanged Man. So to clarify the Hanged Man, we have the Page of Wands, the Hermit, then you have the Three of Wands, you have the Ten of Swords, excuse me, Ten of Wands, and then you have the Queen of Cups. So to clarify the Hanged Man, the Page of Swords and the Hermit is all about how for you, you're very much so in a situation where you may not necessarily want to hear this, but you may think that patience is somehow the same thing as tolerance, and it's not. You being tolerant has nothing to do with patience, and vice versa. Patience is the ability to watch somebody who's making terrible decisions rope themselves up or to get themselves caught up. And a lot of you Scorpios can be very patient, but when it comes to matters of the heart, y'all can wild out, to say the least, you know, because you don't want to get heartbroken. But at the same time, this is why it's so, I'm not saying this, the cards are saying this themselves, right? You have to be very patient out here, because if you're not, a lot of people are trying to take advantage of you Scorpios. And you have a big heart and all of that, but you have to also know who to put your trust in and who not to. The Three of Wands and the Ten of Wands represents, and remember, you always have options. So utilize your options. Whenever it is that one person wants to act like they're being stupid, you can always go ahead, move forward, leave them alone. And then you have the Queen of Wands, which represents, because anyone who's being truthful with you, anyone who's being serious with you, will definitely want to have you around. Okay, let's clarify the Ten of Wands. Five of Cups, ooh, Five of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Six of Cups, and the Justice. Yeah, so this is a representation of what it is that I'm talking about. Like, people will, in essence, right, really will feel terrible when they do this, when you're, specifically when you're not there anymore, because they know that you are awake. Okay, the Knight of Pentacles and the Six of Cups, I see some people trying to come back to you, Scorpios, trying to reach back out, and it's really not working out whatsoever, because you Scorpios don't want to have to deal with people that want to just gold dig and come up off you. And then last but not least, we have the Justice. A lot of people right now are missing you. Oh, let me draw one more, because I draw 5. Oh, no, I already drew 5. My bad. So the Justice represents how they're really feeling it now. Exes want to come back. They can't. But now they have to deal with their consequences. So a lot of you Scorpios right now have to really watch your back, because you're going to have some exes that will try to hit you back up and find out what you're doing. Don't be fooled by that type of stuff. They only just want a bag.